Sorry.
Hi everybody. So we are back after how many months? 3 months?
Yeah.
We ended on 11th June, I guess. July, August, September. Almost 3 months and 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Timer.
It's alright. Let it go. Okay. And tell me exactly what happened in between these days.
In
Tell
the
me.
book or in real life?
In your life. What happened?
We kept on putting this off.
No. That was not the reason. You were studying for your math exam, right?
That we already.
That was for 1 month.
But we said that in the other video because there's a big gap between.
Yeah. So after that, it was purely my fault. He finished maybe 3 weeks back or 2 weeks back.
4.
2 weeks back.
3.
3 weeks back. Yeah, 3 weeks back he finished. But in my case, I took some time because I enjoyed reading. After a long time, I enjoyed a lot reading this book. So I took a lot of time patiently. And Jiva, so where did we leave? So we left on chapter 29 and we will start our review.
39.
29.
39.
Chapter 30 we start, okay? Children of the Shadow. So you can start. How do you feel about the rest of the chapter? Let's start from chapter 30 to chapter 40.
Yeah.
Okay?
So chapter 30 is like when Egwene something happens and like there's these ravens trying to pick her off and then Perrin comes and shoos them away. And Perrin, he gets really mad. This is when he's with Elias, the guy with his wolves, and he gets them shoot them off because the ravens were sent by Baal-Zamon.
Because the ravens are like rats. The ravens are
like
also messengers. And especially, I like the way the flock of ravens, they are picking off everything. And they are forming a storm around them, right?
It's not.
That was
the Baal-Zamon ravens are less like ravens and more like vultures.
Vultures, yeah. Like carnivorous.
And then after that, they just go up, set up camp, and wait. And then later that night, some children of the light, the White Cloaks, come. They find them. They have to go and hide because they can't fight them. And then the wolves.
The wolf pack comes.
The wolf pack comes and tries to like make them go away, but it doesn't do anything. And the one wolf named Hopper. The White Cloaks killed him.
No. Actually, this is like a kind of in Game of Thrones, a Song of Ice and Fire. They call it warging. So warging means, this is what I felt. Robert Jordan is a father of fantasy here in the US because there are so many similarities, especially this part. Warging means this guy, he can psychologically, he can go into the body of the wolf.
No, Perrin.
Because he feels.
Perrin is, and I don't, whatever you're saying, like warging, whatever. No. He's like a wolf. He doesn't, like, he understands them. He's not like, he doesn't go into the body of them because, like.
Okay, go ahead.
And because he's not going in there, because like you could see it even in his description, his yellow eyes.
I know. Okay, let's do one thing. Since I know about this warging thingy, I will suggest that you read that particular chapter once again, and we will have a separate review. Okay, about that warging and abilities. I will discuss it with you in another chapter. Okay, coming back to this one.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people he killed?
Who?
Tell me.
Who?
In that encounter, the wolves and this guy, how many people he killed?
They killed literally lots of
7 people he killed. No, 9 people he killed, 23 people he injured. Out of those, 7 of them were in a critical condition. A single guy.
Perrin? Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
and
maybe this goes with both of our theories and stuff. Like exactly when, because later in the book this really never happens to him. He doesn't get infused with this because like back to both of our theories, let's just say. Like a wargang and he himself was a wolf. When the wolf pack got endangered, he stood up for the pack and got like this new power inside him. And when he went and like absolutely went on the rampage.
But did you notice
especially
that
when
he was able to, you have to read very carefully, he was able to sense the danger because he is seeing it through the eyes of the wolf Hopper, especially the Hopper. He has a connection with the Hopper. So whatever for example, he has a tendency penchant for blood. Because because the reason is the wolf is literally ripping the throat and drinking the blood, it seems. That's what the wolves do. So when the wolf tastes it, he also feels a penchant for that. Okay, so that's what I feel, that this is kind of a warging like in Game of Thrones. Anyway, that is, we will confirm it. We will confirm it. Maybe you may be right or I may be wrong.
Well, that still both goes into both of our theories.
Yeah.
Like for you, it's like since the Hopper tastes the blood, he wants the blood. And another thing, and fitting for my theory, since he saw Hopper eating the blood, and he himself, he's like a wolfish kind of thing. Since he saw Hopper and all the other wolves, he himself wanted them. Blood.
I agree with that. I agree. Okay, that's for another day.
Yeah.
And coming back to what's next? Then
it turns over
to Randall Thar. Randall Thar and Matt, their journey from White Bridge after escaping from the Fade and Tom's death. So I like the way, they hitchhike from one village to another, and they try to avoid, they work their way through.
They work their way so they have a place to sleep
and how they complain,
But then Matt, he was getting sick.
Because he's getting sick.
Sicker. We'll talk about that later because we learn the reason why.
Yeah. But he gets sicker and sicker. But no, initially he was not so sick. The moment they start from White Bridge, all the way they reach the Four Kings. Four Kings a little bit distant. Until Four Kings, everything was okay. They never complained. They hitchhike with the different farmers. They have a small talk. And they do a lot of, juggling work. Like, he juggles like a gleeman. Matt and Randall are playing the flute. Everything was okay. But the moment they reach Four Kings, right?
Yeah.
There only the trouble starts. Because the moment they reach, they did not like the place at all. Yeah. And they were complaining. They did not even want to. They knew something was up. There's something bad is going to happen to this place. So
they went to the end. No, they didn't want to go there, so they went to leave, and there they meet a woman. And
no. Let's do first. First, they go to that place, and they were practicing. And when when Randall Thar was talking to the owner of the place, that fellow had a look at his Heron's sword. So he plans to take it away from him. So they were prisoners. They were prisoners in that particular establishment, and there were two mercenaries who were posted so that they don't get back. They don't get out. And to make matters worse, one more new character comes in.
Yeah.
He's a crazy character. What's the name of that guy? Let's see the book. That fellow's name is Howell Gord. Mr. Gord. He is like a weird merchant, businessman, but wearing very flashy clothes and with a very intense look on his face, targeting only these two guys, especially Randall Thar.
Because
he makes them so uncomfortable. They try to run away from this guy, but unfortunately they could not. They were forced to spend the night in a very, very congested and very claustrophobic room. But at that time only they knew that tonight they are going to be robbed or killed by the owner guy. Okay, so they try to escape from the room, opening the window,
and they end up doing so But there's a lady who comes and like so and they go to the horse stables. They meet a lady.
That is the third day. That's not the third day. This is the first day. I'll tell you what. First day their encounter is with Howell Gold. Yeah. Okay, so they try to escape, but this fellow Howell Gold, he comes and he makes offer that why don't you come back to the Dark One? So these guys know that hey, he is not a good guy. So they try to escape, and thankfully lightning strikes.
Yeah.
My question is it natural or was it some work of some Aes Sedai? I don't see any Aes Sedai.
I think since they still had they didn't have the coin, but we get to later on. Moraine says she senses them, so maybe she sensed that they were in some sort of danger, so that she struck the lightning and
because those lightnings were totally unnatural.
Yeah.
So I think this must have been
or maybe something else that we'll get into maybe the episode that we'll get tomorrow, where we learn something. I think it may have something to do with that.
Okay. Let's see what happens. So that their excitement, their adventure starts from there actually.
Yeah.
And then they escape, and because of the lightning, this poor guy, his eyesight goes off.
Yeah.
And from that time onwards, only slowly his sickness might have started, I guess.
Yeah.
After that, he was not feeling good at all.
Yeah.
He used to take the hand of Randatha. Somehow they managed hitchhike.
Yeah.
And then the next day, they go to another village. From Four Kings, they go to a village called Market Sheeran. In Market Sheeran, only he gets more and more sick. He was in the lobby in a place where another one weirdo, his name is Paiter. 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 He's like an ordinary guy. He's a dark friend.
He's like a boy, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a dark friend. Yeah. He also tries to convince them. But these two guys, they get scared and they curse him and they run away.
Yeah.
So once again, right?
The Peter guy, he himself got a little startled.
Yeah.
He was a little scared.
Yeah. He was scared of these two guys.
Well, I mean, he's like less experienced than the other dark friend.
Yeah. He must be in the low level thug kind of guy. Yeah. Anyway.
And then they leave, and then in the third day, they sleep in some horse stables.
I think that was in Market Sheeran. I think Carysford, I guess. That's
Carysford.
It's not Carysford?
No, yeah.
It's
Cary.
It's not Carysford. Let me see the book. No. The name of the Queensman. The name of that inn. Its name was Queensman.
Oh.
In that inn only.
I keep getting confused in the two.
Yeah, it's called Queensman. The Queensman inn only. The woman encounter happens.
No, they're in a horse stable.
And that is where he was very, very sick.
Yeah.
He becomes extremely sick. He could not even move. At that time only, they were desperately looking for a help.
Yeah.
Then this thing happened. The woman comes in. She tries to pretend to help them, but instead she was trying to kill.
But we learn kind of how they're getting what's it called? How the dark friends keep on finding
them. Yeah. And that was a very the
she had a dagger.
Yeah, the dragger, it just vanishes. Did you notice that? Yeah. It just hisses and vanishes. It was a very weird experience for them. Yeah. And the last thing is the experience at Carysford. That was the worst experience for them because already they're very troubled. They hitchhike. They get help from a very nice farmer in that end.
Yeah, he gave them like scarves.
Nice scarf. And he tells them that he also had some sons and he lost them kind of thing. Yeah, so that was very nice. Okay. So what else is so we covered almost everything.
Not really, because we still have the part where when they reach Camelin.
Okay.
That's like the bigger part. We'll say that in a shorter video. Maybe.
Okay, well, let's go to the next video. Okay,
this is going to be so much shorter, like maybe a 5-minute video.
Okay, then let's go to that.